Hi guys. I'm trying to get rid of this bar. How do I do that? I just wanted to go through another fluency routine that I did. Gosh, now this is 2019. At my old school in Los Angeles. Shout out to LAUSD teachers. Um, and I did this. Uh, with my there's a staff development meeting after school one day, and um I'm wondering if I can get this to go down. Nope. um so I did this after school just as a sort of PD to help other teachers in different subject areas with fluency strategies. And again, like all good teachers, I stole this from someone else. And so this one is it's a Halloween theme, so I don't this is February now, but I did this during Halloween, and I kind of like the slide theme, so I stuck with it. I didn't want to change it. Um Maybe you can get kids more engaged with like a spooky fun theme attached. Okay. So, this is the handout that I received about a shared reading fluency routine from another teacher, and she got it from someone else. But she said it was really effective. And so this one is you would do this with your class every day of the week. So as you can see, the schedule is Monday to Friday. Monday, they have like fluency and comprehension. So this is what I'm going to review today is Monday strategy, if that makes sense. So you would display a large text on the screen. The teacher reads it first. They listen. The whole class reads it together, like as a chorus, like you all read the same text at the same time. Number four, it says teacher asks, what are some things that you notice? What are some big ideas? So they share out, and then you have a discussion. Five is talk to your partner. You have a minute to come up with 3 words you want to study or know more about. So then they create a list of words, or you co create that together. And then six is what patterns do you notice about how this is organized? Where are the periods? Seven is read it again together as a class. And then make sure you're pausing at the right places where you see a full stop or a period in America, um, or a comma or a semicolon, like that. Those are where the pauses happen. So that's Monday's strategy. I'll go into this in more depth in a second. Tuesday, you're just sort of helping kids do fluency and word work on their own. They define words through context clues. Ask students to come up with synonyms for words that you've assigned, or that are in the text, like they're pulling the words out that they don't understand. Two is they read it, say it with extra meaning, so you have them practicing reading with meaning, especially for those confusing words. And then three is what is the emotion um, that this voice has. Um, Kind of like, what is the tone of the piece? What is the mood or the feeling behind? What is the author's attitude towards his or her work, right? Um, okay. The Wednesday, you do more fluency and print conventions for more word work. And this example is from Romeo and Juliet. So it says the convention you want to study. How is Juliet using questions? How are the words tis and thou used? What is the semicolon and how is it used? So you get them to focus on like punctuation and the um, function that punctuation serves in language, because punctuation is very important, as we know. But kids don't seem to always know that. And they choose not to use punctuation, especially semicolons. Those are confusing um, for a lot of kids. Thursday, fluency, comprehension, and reaction. So then you're looking at things like figurative language. How does this use of personification change your perception of things in the text or ideas in the text. And then Friday, you do some kind of test practice where um, you could set the text to a beat or have them draw pictures or do something more creative with it. Okay, so I'm gonna go. This again, I kind of rewrote the routine that you just saw on the previous slide. um, I added some little things here and there. So, Tuesday having them look at context clues, synonyms. Wednesday, we're looking at sentence structure, punctuation, capitalization, grammar, tone. I'm not sure why there's a comma after tone there. That is a mistake. Where's my mouse? Okay. Yeah. Um, this is a mistake. Figurative language again, names of things, terminology, etymology. Maybe you want to look at the word origins of the words that you're examining or looking at. Um, are their names important? And then in the Friday, oops, sorry. Friday, again could do something fun like a quizzes or a Kahoot or some kind of gamified quiz or test. Have them rap out the text that you've been practicing reading, or song. Do a song around the topic or the words. Create a song around it. Draw pictures. You get the idea. Okay, so that's test practice. So um, this is Monday's fluency routine. So I did "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God" by Jonathan Edwards, the Puritan minister. And I displayed the text on a large screen. So I have a video of this. I'll attach it later to this um, video. And I don't know if you can hear as clearly as I would like, but you get the sort of gist of what to do, and how it should kind of look. Okay. So I displayed the text on the large screen, like it says here. Teacher does the first read. So I read it through first, and they listened. And then because it's such a powerful, phlegmatic speech that he's giving, I did read it with a lot of what I think was feeling. When I see myself on camera, I think I'm exhibiting a lot more emotion and feeling than I actually am, which probably means I'm a true introvert, right? I think I'm being so animated and out there, but in actuality, I'm just like not as animated. So for those introverted teachers out there, I feel your pain. Um, it is hard to get up and do this performance day after day, right? 5 shows, 5 days a week, 5 times a day, 5 days a week. Is that what they say? Um, Anywho, 2, teacher does the read first, so I read it and then they listen. 3, the whole class reads it together. 4, the teacher asks, what are some things you notice? I already went over this. What are some big ideas? 5, now that you do partner share, pair share. What is it? Think, pair, share. But it's just more like a pair share. So they're talking to their partner. They have 3 or a minute to come up with 3 words that they want to study or know more about. And then what patterns do you recognize? And then we read it together again. That's the kicker at the end. That's the important part. So you read it at the end with the feeling, with the pauses in the right places, with the intonations in the right place as well. Okay. Excuse my COVID cough. This Lexar level, this is the text "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God," like I said. So we were doing the Salem witch trials, and I start them off with this Puritan text just to get them in the mindset of the Puritan, life of a Puritan and how strict their lives were and how they lived in just constant fear of going to hell. So this is Lexar level 1210, which I think I should have double checked this, but I think Lexar is the reading level at which the text is measured, but it's 12 doesn't mean 12th grade or year 12. It's, I think, a 10th grade text, I want to say. So it's a pretty high level text. So this is like in England, this would be a year 10. In America, it's a 10th grade text. So this is, O sinner, consider the. I feel like I should read this with more feeling, but I'm still getting over this cold. O sinner, consider the fearful danger you're in. 'Tis a great furnace of wrath, or wrath, if you're English. A wide bottomless pit, full of the fire of wrath, that you are held over in the hand of that God whose wrath is provoked and incensed as much against you as against many of the damned in hell. You hang by a slender thread, with the flames of divine wrath flashing about it, and ready every moment to singe and burn it asunder. And you have no interest in any mediator, and nothing to lay hold of but to save yourself, nothing to keep off the flames of wrath, nothing of your own, nothing that you have ever done, nothing that you can do to induce God to spare you one moment. Notice the repetition of wrath, wrath, wrath. Like this God is really obviously very angry, right? He's incensed, he's provoked, he's um has just looks upon you with disgust, you know. So you really want to get that message across to the kids that he just you have to do everything in your power to appease this God, right? Um so I will embed the video of what I did with the students, like I said, in real time, in this video. If you don't teach English or you're not in the English language arts, you can also do this with any kind of particularly challenging word problem, like in maths, for example. You could choose because there are more and more word problems from what I gather from the ACT exams, which because they sort of seem to be phasing out the SAT exams, and also GCSE exams with math problems. So they kind of apply both in the US and the UK. um, you could do explicate, which it's a fancy way of just saying sort of unpack and break down these texts or annotate them and explain the text. So I would, go through this text and explain each one of these words, right? I would explain what asunder meant and damned and provoked and incensed and break that down. I wouldn't just read through it and then, we discuss it. Um, the speech that you're going to be reading is Again by Jonathan Edwards. And this is an Excel level 1210, which is about a 10th grade reading level. So it's at your grade level. It is a dense text. And the schedule or the routine looks like this. So I'll display the logic text on the screen. If you look at the bottom where it says fluency exercise, teacher reads it first, then we read it together as a class, and I'll time it 3, 2, 1, go, and we all read it together. So I'm listening for fluency, listening to see if you're pronouncing the words correctly. What are some things that you notice? So then we'll discuss really quickly what are some things you notice. It could be like the grammar or the sentence structure, the punctuation, where the commas, where the periods. What are some big ideas? Number 5 is what patterns do you notice about how this is organized? Periods, commas, pauses, and then so annotate that as we're reading it, or after we read it first. Then look for any vocabulary words. Any words you highlight that you want to know more about, or you want to learn. 6 is read aloud to your elbow partner. So after I read it, you reread it, then you read it to your partner. Partner A listens as partner B reads, and then you switch. Does that make sense? And then 7, 1 minute, you have 1 minute to select 3 words or every sentence. So you're selecting 3 words you want to study and know more about, and then practice saying those words with extra meaning. Think about emotion, like what is the emotion or the tone that the speaker has. And then B is how does that inform our expression or tone as we read it. Okay, so I'm going to have it up here. And okay, so I'm going to read verse. O sinner, consider the fearful danger you are in. 'Tis a great furnace of wrath, a wide and bottomless pit, full of the fire of wrath. You are held over in the hand of that God, whose wrath is provoked and incensed as much against you as against many of the damned in hell. You hang by a slender thread, with the flames of divine wrath flashing about it, and ready every moment to singe it and burn it asunder. And you have no interest in any mediator, and nothing to lay hold of to save yourself, nothing to keep off the flames of wrath, nothing of your own, nothing that you have ever done, nothing that you can do to induce God to spare you one moment. Okay, so now we're going to read it together. 3, 2, 1.
O sinner, consider the fearful danger you are in. 'Tis a great furnace of wrath, wide and bottomless pit, full of fire and wrath. And you are held over in the hand of God, whose wrath is provoked and incensed as much against you as against many others. You hang by a slender thread, with the flames of divine wrath flashing about it, and ready every moment to singe it and burn it asunder. And you have no mediator, and
some words that there was some difficulty pronouncing, right? So, how do you say this word? Singe. It's a soft G. Singe. Say it 4 times. I think that was the only one. This one? Sunder. What about?
wrath.
Okay, wrath. In England they say wrath, so it sounds different. What are some ideas, or what big ideas that you notice? Or what are some things that you notice about this, the structure of this? Yeah.
Repetition of the word and nothing.
And nothing. Oh, just nothing. Nothing to lay hold, nothing to keep the flames up, nothing. Yeah, very good. That's parallel structure, repetition. Pauses and commas, yeah. There's 3 wraths. He's really trying to get this anger across, right? What about the structure of the sentence? Look for periods and commas and pauses. It's one. This is one sentence. What kind of sentence is this?
Compound, complex, rundown, all of it.
It's compound, complex. This is the first part, right? Then you have here it's a break. This is compound. Then it's compound again. Then it's complex. Yeah. There is nothing simple about the sentence. It's one time. And so all his paragraphs, you'll notice, are like very long, complex sentences, right? What patterns do you know? Oh, sorry. So vocabulary words. Any other words you put down? So highlight the words that you don't know. And then I'll give you 1 minute, and you're going to turn to your partner and read. Each person's going to read to the partner. So choose who's person A, who's person B, person A start, and then person B, and then you switch. Okay, so are you ready? And you're just going to read it to each other. So person A reads, the other one follows along. Person B reads, then you follow along. It's okay to you.
Did everyone get a chance to read? Okay. So now that you've read it twice, what emotions are you noticing? Or tone? What's the tone? Tone is an emotional word, right? Like what's the emotion behind it? Okay, anger. How does he feel towards his congregation? Because he's talking to his audience, right?
Period. Yeah.
So, serious, like chastising people?
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
Scolding. Scolding. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Sorry, Alexis.
What was the other one? Advertising.
Huh? Chastising. If you're chastising someone, it's like you're telling them off. Chastise. He's angry, he's what's another emotion word though? That's not really frustrated.
He feels.
Is he maybe disgusted with it?
He feels betrayed.
Do you think he feels betrayed,
No, I don't
or do you
think
think he
betrayed.
thinks God feels betrayed?
God feels betrayed.
Um,
Mad.
Is he trying to shade her? It's like
Yes.
shade her.
Yes.
Okay, so let's read it through together again, and you want to emphasize these words, right? Because these are loaded words. This is loaded language, so there's a lot of feeling behind it. So the idea is that you're pausing and making emotion. Because some of you still, I can hear you tripping over the words. So you want to try and like slowly read it without stopping. Does that make sense? Okay, let's try again. 3, 2, 1.
O sinner, consider the fearful danger you are in. This is a great furnace of wrath, a wide and bottomless pit, full of fire and wrath, that you are held over in the hand of that God, whose wrath is provoked and his sentence as much against you as against any other man in hell. You hang by a scented thread, with the flame of divine wrath flashing about it, and yet your wounds dissension and burden is subject. And you have no allegiance to any mediator, and nothing to lay hold of nothing to keep off the flames of wrath, nothing of your own, nothing that you have ever done, nothing that you can do to stop the spirit in one moment.
That was better, right? Did it feel better? Okay. Okay, so that's the end of that exercise. Thank you.
Okay, so you could do it with a scientific theorem or a theory or hypothesis with your class if you teach science. History or social studies, you could break down any kind of dense speech or excerpt, or any part of a text that you really really want to zone in on, or zoom in on, I should say, and focus on that section of the text to really get a main idea that you really feel strongly about, that the kids should know. Art history, same thing, or theory, any kind of theoretical, dense text that is really difficult for them to break down on their own. Um, Language classes, so explicated dense passage if you're doing literature in Spanish or French, or even the language classes too, where there's nonfiction text. So I feel like you could pretty much do this uh, exercise with any of these classes. So this is a shorter video. I will embed the video that I did. Sorry, let me erase this. um, the video that I did with my own class back in 2019. I'll put that in here as well. So if you enjoyed this, please click like. And if you're feeling really generous, it'd be great if you could subscribe as well. Thank you, and happy Halloween if you're watching this at Halloween. Okay, have a good day.